Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saieed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, Monday the 3rd of April, 2023. We are in the final month of the first quarter for 2023. Imagine how time flies. So viewers, we do want to remind you that Real Talk is giving you 4% on a fixed deposit. If you want to be a member of Real Talk Credit Union, it's not a problem. Contact our office. Our phone numbers will be on screen shortly, viewers. Contact our office, set up an appointment, come in. You will know what relevant documents you need to get in order to open an account for you or your kid. Imagine, a lot of parents nowadays don't want to set up accounts and secure their children's future. Long ago, grandparents used to always secure their children and grandchildren's future. So you are getting a chance to open an account for your children at Real Talk Credit Union Information. Remember, we are located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road in Showrunners, and you can contact our office to set up an appointment to know what documents to work with. Remember, we are also giving you 4% on fixed deposit, viewers. Remember that. You're only getting the highest interest rate at Real Talk Credit, you know. You're only getting the highest interest rate at Real Talk. Remember, I'm also a licensed money lender. So do get in touch, viewers. If you want cash borrow, you want 4% on a fixed deposit, or you want to open an account for your kids. So as we move on with our program tonight, just a little update for you all. Minister of Health Terence Singh has been released from isolation after testing negative for COVID-19. A ministry release said, in providing an update on his health, Singh said, I am fine, asymptomatic. Singh received his first positive COVID-19 test on March 26 after experiencing mild flu-like symptoms. So he's out of the wood, viewers, but nevertheless, COVID is not gone, but right here in Trinidad and Tobago. So do be careful when you're outside there. Thank God he's okay. Thank God. But you know, I am here as normal to pull up on them when they falter on things that they're supposed to do that they're not doing. Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service First Division Officer Association has signed a memorandum of agreement accepting Chief Personnel Officer Dr. Darrell Dindial 4% offer for the period 2014 to 2016 and 2017 to 2019. The prison service now joins Trinidad and Tobago Police Social Service and Welfare Association and the Amalgamated Workers Union in accepting the CPO's 4% offer. In a release, CPO Dindial thanked the First Division for its decision to accept the government's final offer. In August last year, the Trinidad and Tobago Fire Service Association rejected the government's 4% salary increase offer. The Joint Trade Union Movement, JTUM, and the Public Service Association are the two trade unions which have also rejected CPO's 4% offer. So now, viewers, the prison service First Division officer have now joined. I wonder what is making these security arms in Trinidad and Tobago settle for 4%. What is making the security arms of Trinidad and Tobago come to this agreement? What are they paying the trade union for? Not to stand with them? Not to fight their battles? Come into negotiations? That is what the trade union are being paid for. Are they fighting strong enough? Are they for the people? So this is what we need to ask trade union in Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, we understand things are getting hard, but at the same time, the union is being paid to stand up. Remember, viewers, 2386716 is the phone number to call it to voice your concerns and opinion right here on Real Talk with Saieed Ali as we go live on Synergy Network. You all going to love this. You all will love the first file went missing. Now there's a mix-up of documents. A mix-up in serving documents is the explanation given by the Office of the Attorney General for the outcome of a $20 million malicious prosecution lawsuit brought by 9 men formerly accused of the kidnapping and murder of businessman Vindra Naipal Coolman. The suggestion that the court filing in the case was served on the wrong department of the Ministry of the Attorney General and Legal Affairs was made by the legal director of the Attorney General's secretary. A legal source with the extensive experience in filing and litigating lawsuit against the state and who had sight of the application questioned the secretary's suggestion on the service of the case. Imagine that now, eh? A mix-up with documents. He pointed out that when they and their staff serve court documents on a ministry, the documents are usually served on a ministry's legal staff who are contacted by its security officer. He claimed that senior state attorneys, such as Moore, who may not be officially designated, would normally receive the documents and transfer them to the appropriate department or officials. So there seems to be a mix-up in document being served. Quite interesting. Quite interesting. A mix-up of document being served. So because of this mix-up now, the outcome is a $20 million malicious prosecution award. So if the Attorney General is having, the Attorney General's office is having mistakes like these, and then having the state now award $20 million to these 9 men, what type of mistakes again are we going to expect? Because this mistake cost the state, cost taxpayers $20 million. $20 million because of a mix-up. Trinidad and Tobago. Are we on the right path to democracy? Are we on the right path to justice? So let's just say now, Trinidad and Tobago, let's just say that the court used to hang men in Trinidad. What would have happened? What would have happened? A mistaken document would have caused a man to be hanged. Correct? We're talking about the justice system. We're talking about the Attorney General's office. A mistaken document could have caused an innocent individual to be hanged. You see, these places where justice is being served, the country is expecting prompt and proper service. Not a mistake service. You know why? This is justice we're talking about. This is documents we're talking about. This is keeping on the right track we're talking about. This is people's lives we're talking about. So, in these offices, we do not expect mistakes. Human error could have caused a man to be hanged. So a human error caused the state to offer 9 men $20 million. Who's going to pay for that? I'm asking you, who's going to pay for that? Are you going to pay for that? So we are going for a short commercial break, viewers. But when we come back, we're going to talk about crime and the COP after this.
Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtalk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtalk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chabonas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Realtalk Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Realtalk Group of Companies building at number 14 Carney Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Remember, viewers, it's 4% on our fixed deposit. You're only getting that at Real Talk. Only at Real Talk you're getting that. We are the only financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago that is offering you 4% on our fixed deposit. And you know, we always do things that would surprise others. We would always do something that would surprise others. This is the only financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago that is giving you the most interest on your hard-earned cash. Remember that. So as we move along, Commissioner of Police Earla Haywood Christopher is defending her controversial statement that divine intervention is needed in the fight against crime. She stated that we know God is in control of everything, so we need His intervention. Haywood Christopher stated that while Trinidad and Tobago Police Service has made important strides in reducing the crime rate, the population is still unhappy because homicide rate is still high. She said, unfortunately, it is the murder rate. It is the murder rate that is used by the public to determine how successful the fight against crime is. Earla added that TTPS is working hard and achieving credible results in many of its anti-crime initiatives, including the seizure of high-powered weapons. Meanwhile, the Minister of National Security, Fitzgerald Hines, accused some sections of the national community of Bacchanal for taking what Commissioner of Police said on divine intervention out of context. The minister said corruption is a major problem in Trinidad and Tobago that is even affecting the proper function of the state. And he also blamed movies with violence and pornographics for having an adverse influence on youth, leading them down a negative path. So, Mr. Hines, when you went to your community, when there was the flooding, and you got chased out of your community, what do you think caused that? You think violent movie caused that? You think pornography movies or documents caused that? No, Fitzy. That was a lack of representation in your community. Don't blame the movies. There were action movies going on since I was 4 years or 5 years old. There were violence movies going on since you were a little boy. Or even before I born, there were movies like that. So don't go blaming movies for the reality of lack of performance. You were the one who said that it is not my job to make Trinidad and Tobago feel safe. Yes, we understand it is TTPS' job. But who is the head of TTPS? Not the body that we call the Ministry of National Security. Who is the body that's supposed to keep Trinidad and Tobago safe? Not TTPS. Not the one who governs TTPS. The head of the Security Council for Trinidad and Tobago is the Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley. What's his job? Being the Minister of National Security. What is his job? To go in the hospital and see who is sick from who is not sick? I'm asking you, Fitzgerald Hines, how could you blame violent movies when you yourself wasn't even representing your community? Hence the reason why you are chased out of your community. It's sad, you know, it's really, really, really sad to know that you're using movies to describe your inability to perform as a Minister of National Security. You see, the last president we had, if she had a strong, demanding figure as a president, Trinidad and Tobago may or may not have been in a better place. But Fitzgerald Hines, if you come out with a strong demand for TTPS, for the Army, for the Coast Guard, to buck up on themselves as security in Trinidad and Tobago, you never know, things might turn around. You never know. But again, that is up to you. That is not up to the president. That is not up to the prime minister. That is not up to health minister. That is not even up to the parliament. But it is your job and your task. You see, Trinidad and Tobago, these ministers and them, like, apparently they are forgetting the portfolio that they worked on. They are forgetting the portfolio that they're supposed to be working on. They are forgetting the portfolio that is at hand to them. When I come here and demand and start lighting up things on national television, changes take place. You know why? You see what he's talking about? You see what Saieed talking about? Is the correct thing. Let me make a little adjustment because that man go bash me until we do something. And you're damn right, I will continue doing it. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead, you're live.
All right. Two things. The increase of the 4% to the defense force. All right. the people that retired in 14, 15, and 16 get 0% increase.
Serious?
Yes. So the people that left and retired at that time is the people who needed more now, seeing that things have increased
yes.
so rapidly. Two, don't you think that if we get 0, for 14, 15, and 16, don't you think the government, the MPs and them, if they had gotten anything in that period of time, should they not take it back from them and let them reimburse what they use?
Correct.
So that is my contribution. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, my friend, for your contribution to Real Talk. So viewers, now, the minister said corruption is a major problem in Trinidad and Tobago that is even affecting the proper function of the state. So Fitzgerald, if you know now that corruption is humbugging, is interfering, is mingling, is meddling with the proper function of the state, why don't you be the head of the national security? Why don't the Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, who is the head of the Security Council for Trinidad and Tobago, why don't you two heads come together and deal with the issue that is preventing the proper function of the state? Who is to blame? Health Minister? I'm asking you, Fitzgerald. Yours. This is coming from you. Who do we blame for the interference of corruption in the proper functioning of the state? Who do we blame? Sando Hospital? Who do you blame? Saieed? I'm asking a question now. And I want the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago or viewers of Real Talk local and international to understand what Fitzgerald Hines is saying. Corruption is interfering. Who the hell is the Minister of National Security? Who is the minister? Well, then if you are saying this and you cannot deal with it, why are you there? Are you just letting down Trinidad and Tobago come into security? Caller, good night.
Very good evening to you, Mr. Said.
To you, my friend.
So, one thing the Minister of National Security doesn't understand, the meaning of the word itself, national security.
Correct.
National is your human, your population, and security is to make something safe.
Yes.
And not only the people in the country, but our fixed assets and things like that. And as far as the Commissioner of Police is concerned, ma'am, I have an advice for you. Divine intervention will not help. What is destroying the police service is political intervention.
Correct.
And it is an independent organization. It should be free of swaying and yielding to demands of the political party in power. It doesn't matter if the UNC is in power tomorrow. You're still not supposed to interfere in the police service.
Correct.
And now that the mighty Donald Trump is facing indictment, and he will be charged because he is the former president, so too our president, who could be charged while in office, should be investigated and charged for misbehavior in public office. All the best.
Thank you, my friend. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to be talking about the PM, the fines, unlawful police killing after this.
Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Real Talk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690, or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Realtalk Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Realtalk Group of Companies building at number 14 Grooney Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook.
Real Talk viewers, call a good night.
Saeed, good night.
Go right ahead, my dear.
Saeed, we want the Commissioner of Police to solve crime in this country. No way, Jose. It ain't going to happen. We have crime in the judiciary. File gone missing. File found. Now we are hearing mix up in documents.
Correct.
At the end of the day, Saeed, just how much millions going to be paid out. This is taxpayers' money that's going down the drain again.
Yes.
And nobody back from the Prime Minister go back, who he is in charge of the country.
Yes.
You're not hearing a word from that man.
You're not
All
hearing.
he knows to do is to row as the UNC decides to oppose something. Like he just got a bitter taste in his mouth when he hear one of them UNC ministers. Oh God, when he hear Mrs. Fasad Bissessa, the man like he gave my daughter hallows. Get a seat in his face. That's not what you're supposed to be focusing on. Everybody's supposed to air their views.
True.
You're supposed to be managing the country in a proper manner.
Yes.
Oh Lord, we're suffering in this country under this man. Every day is something new. And all they want this lady, this poor lady who ready to retire, she better just wait for her time, retire, and go home and come back in her recliner and forget them, because she will end up dying with her boots on, and she still can't solve the problem. God are coming down here, you know. God watching at all of them always sit down in the high chair and drawing the quantum of money and tax-free money and tax exemptions. We not getting tax exemptions down here, Saeed. All the big tall buildings, Mr. Shortman, he said tax exemption. So who has to pay that? No electricity coming, Saeed. You could barely make groceries in your house. And every month you have to pay T&Tech bill. Water coming. Saeed, crime, nobody could solve crime. So when you're looking for high-powered rifle, that is a waste of time. We will have crime here until.
Correct.
Until, because it will never solve. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my dear. UNC MP Rodney Charles has questioned Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley about the 2022 U.S. State Department report on human rights practice. Nothing. An unacceptable number of unlawful killing by TTPS. And asking what new initiatives are contemplated to deal with accusations. However, in a response, Dr. Rowley stated that the question was misleading because it refers to unlawful killing without determination, that in defense, police officers carry out action which results in killing, which are not unlawful. The PM said if Charles was referring to extrajudicial killing, people dying without process, that's another story. Listen to this.
Madam Speaker, this question is quite misleading because it refers to unlawful killings without determining that in defense of themselves and the public and facing armed gangs or armed individuals, the police officers may from time to time carry out actions which result in killings. Those killings are not unlawful. If the member is referring to extrajudicial killings, meaning that persons dying without a process going through a judicial system, that's another story.
Now I can tell you something. When you hear police go out to conduct a raid, or they leave their home and go to work, their lives is at stake. Every police officer in Trinidad and Tobago, yes, they deserve respect. Yes, they are the bad apple that spoiled the good basket. But even their own colleagues arrest them. So which is a plus on TGPS. I will always support police. Always. They are the bad apples that use their office to corrupt or to do corruption then. Because I am a police, I could do what I want. But then again, when they go out or they step out, their own colleagues arrest them. Their own colleagues. So I must say kudos to TTPS officers who arrest their own colleagues. Because they took a motto. They swore to protect the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. That is what they signed up for. So that is why I keep saying, anytime you get a police officer in corruption, you suspend them without pay. Suspend them without pay because their own officers will be investigating them. And if you are a member of TGPS and you swore to protect citizens of Trinidad and Tobago and you get caught up, you should be out of TTPS. No salary should come to you, not even half of the salary. And this is something I keep pushing for. You know what? You see this week? This week, we're going to make that an issue. Because as long as you are working in a protective service, it is to protect citizens. That is what you signed up for. That is what your extensive training was for. To protect, to go the distance. You go in the distance with criminal. Well, then you should not be in TTPS. And the Minister of National Security should understand that. Lawyers in Trinidad and Tobago should understand that. Senior officers, corporal, sergeant, inspector, assistant superintendent, even the commissioner of police should understand that. If you are a police officer and you caught up with illegal things, which you're not supposed to be caught up with, well, then you shouldn't be getting a salary. You should not be getting a salary. What did you sign up for? You see, I will tell you something in Trinidad and Tobago. When I decided to open this program we call Real Talk with Saieed Ali to deal with issues that we, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, are facing with, and to bring things to your attention that is under the carpet, I realize, Saieed, it doesn't matter how much you see something crooked here. Your job is not to go there. Your job is to highlight the issue to get it fixed. That is my job being in the media. That is my job in keeping this program on air, to fix things that are causing a problem, to highlight issues, to push forward, to demand, to call on. And I've been doing that successfully for the last 5 years. So, today's Monday. We're going to start a push now for officers who are caught in corruption. Let me tell you something. When they get suspension, no pay for you. Because you cannot be the solution to a problem when you are part of the problem. It is not going to work. It is not going to work. How much of millions of dollars that the Ministry of Finance is paying to officers who are on corruption charge and they are receiving a salary? How much? Caller, good night.
Yeah, good night, Saieed.
You're live. Go right ahead.
The only solution we have in Trinidad and Tobago is to get rid of two major political parties. We have to get rid of the both of them. Because the both of them get chances to run Trinidad and Tobago, and the both of them do failure. So if we really want a new Trinidad and Tobago, we have to try something. We have to look to go out of the box. Otherwise, we'll be the same copy pan. Because in my view, none of them are good set of people. None of them are good representation. They're not presenting good representation for Trinidad and Tobago. Right? So I just only hope that Mr. Griffith could form a powerful party, and if he could get a chance to run TNT. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you for your comments. Now, viewers, the PM, however, he added that we do have significant state structure to investigate unlawful killings. Listen to the PM.
And of course, I don't know that there's any accusation where police officers are defending themselves against handguns, assault weapons, and other offensive weapons, and killings occur, Madam Speaker, they are not automatically unlawful. And therefore, the member is misrepresenting our situation. And we do have significant state infrastructure to investigate and to take action where unlawful killings occur.
Now, viewers, Dr. Rowley said the police commissioner has made extensive explanation on who is authorized to use body cams and who is outfitted with this. He noted that if police complains, authority investigate and prosecute power required review, they are being reviewed or they will be reviewed. Imagine that, eh? They're going to be reviewed. So, persons of interest now, let me tell you something. TTPS is a strong arm in the country that everybody needs the police. Everybody, even the president needs the police to investigate matters. Even the president. Hence the reason why. Viewers, we are going to start now to push. If you want to be a member of TDPS, not a problem. They catch you in illegal activities, you're going to get suspended, and you're going to go home with no pay. You're going to go home with no pay. I'm going to start to push for that. I'm going to stand my ground on that. Because if your job is to arrest those with illegal firearm, and arrest those in human trafficking, and arrest those in cocaine, and arrest those in larceny and stolen vehicle and banditry, if your job is to arrest these individuals, why are you, as a TTPS officer, being caught up with the same thing? Which means you are not part of the solution, but you have become part of a problem that is plaguing Trinidad and Tobago. So the Commissioner of Police, the Minister of National Security, the Prime Minister, they need to get their act together. Because there's millions of dollars that are being paid to police officers on corruption charge. You think about that. So, Alistair Leon Bihari. Alistair, we had a discussion today and you didn't hold up the bargain. You didn't hold up my end of the bargain. Hence the reason why I'm doing this. And if you refuse to hold up your end of the bargain tomorrow, your picture will be right back here. Right back again. So I held my end, you hold your end. 2 months passed. We had an agreement. So viewers, I would like to say happy birthday to a beautiful, beautiful woman who is a member of Real Talk with Saieed Ali, and is also a member of the Real Talk group of company. Her name is Shania. Shania, darling, happy birthday to you. I just found out about this. I just found out about this. So my darling, hopefully tomorrow, Real Talk is going to give you your birthday gifts and cake and ice cream, things like that. I just found out. Please forgive me. So Trinidad and Tobago, Shania have been with Real Talk group of company for almost a year and some months now. She's a very hard worker. She's one of the researchers that put Real Talk with Saieed Ali on television from 7 to 8 p.m. And we want to wish her a happy, happy birthday. May God continue to bless and guide you in all aspects of your life. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, PMs, no cost attached to U.S. anti-gang lobby yet when we return.
Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Real Talk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Real Talk Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Real Talk Group of Companies building at number 14 Crony Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Remember, viewers, I'm a licensed money lender. Those of you who are looking for cash, it's not a problem. Contact my office. This public number one more time, the director. Remember, viewers, contact our office. You're looking for cash borrow, you have collateral, it's not a problem. You are also invited to open an account for you, yourself, your friends, your family, your kids at Real Talk Credit Union Information, viewers. This is our contact number. Remember, our office is open from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Our south office is 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village in San Fernando, and our central office is number 14 Carney Savannah Road in Chaguanas. That is our contact number, viewers. Contact our office and set up an appointment. And remember, we are offering you 4% on a fixed deposit. Remember that, viewers. 4% on a fixed deposit. You know, people often say, Saieed, you have become a successful businessman. Over the years, we are watching you. We started to watch your program when you started in Synergy. I mean, you know, you were new to the media, you were new to TV. And I am very successful by the grace of God. And I always put God in front. I always do that, viewers. I always do that, and I thank God for the growth. For Real Talk with Saieed Ali, I started off as Real Talk with Saieed Ali. We come and own Real Talk Security and Intelligence. We come and own Real Talk Real Estate. We have now Real Talk Equipment Rental. We have Real Talk Credit Union. So viewers, God have blessed me tremendously. You want to know why? You want to know why? Because I give generously. Very soon, I believe this week, Wednesday, Thursday, somewhere around there, we're going to start giving away hampers. This is something I do often. This is a part of our pillars of Islam is charity. And I believe in charity, which is something I do very often. Every 2 months, every 3 months, we will just organize between 50 to 100 hampers and give it to the less fortunate. Those of you who need a hamper, please contact our office. Remember, you have to be in need of a hamper. When God bless me, I bless others. It is part of my growth. I believe in Islam. I'm a Muslim. I stand at the very top. Because anything happens in Trinidad and Tobago and it's against me, first thing they would say, oh, Saieed is a Muslim, and you're this and you're that. You know, that's the first thing they would say, you are a Muslim. So what if I am a Muslim? They are Christian bandit, there's Hindu bandit, there's Orisha Baptist bandits. You know why I call it the religion? Because individuals from all these walks of life, all these religious backgrounds, they commit crime. What's your religion? A Christian. What's your religion? A Muslim. What's your religion? A Baptist. You understand? And it happens. So when something happens in Trinidad and Tobago and you all decide to bash side, don't bash me because I'm a Muslim. That is my faith I believe in. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night.
Go right ahead, you're live.
Right. Mr. Saieed?
Yes, sir.
I want to talk to you about road. Would you take the call?
Road? Yeah, sure, no problem. Go ahead.
Right. Remember, every time I call, I keep telling you the minister is at the mercy of his engineers who are not advising him properly. Right. Now, roads are normally designed in Trinidad using the something called ASHTO method of pavement design.
Yes.
To do the ASHTO pavement design, you have to get the kind of traffic and you break it up into different kinds of traffic, truck, vehicles,
correct,
cars, and whatever, and so.
The weight.
And then you get something called the equivalent design traffic number. Then you go to your charts and you design how thick the base has to be, how thick the sub base has to be, how thick the asphalt has to be. Right? Now, when you do that, only then you could tell what is the load you're catering for on the road. So when you take a road and you just put a sheet of asphalt in and you say that the load on this road is for cars or it's for trucks, so that makes absolutely no sense because it's complying with nothing. So you may be able to use that on the highways where it would have a design pavement.
Yes.
And you can tell what is the load you have to put on it. And even so on the highways, you notice the outside lane fails faster than the inside lane because most of the traffic travel and the heavy traffic travel on the outside lane. So the outside lane damages before the inside lane. So the thing is, if the design is not a proper design, you will be suffering from these kind of failures.
Correct.
Then once you do the design and you say what is the load for you, the asphalt design that you're going to use to pave the road, that must comply with the ASHTO requirements to match what you're doing to it. So if it doesn't match it, you may get the asphalt will flow and get ripples. So where you have corners, the asphalt will move and get ripples. Where you have slope, the asphalt will get rippled because of the flow and it doesn't have the stability. Now if you try to make a very stable mix, it is not as durable because it will break up. If you try to make a less flowable mix, if you make a flowable mix, it wouldn't be a proper design. So the thing is, the engineers have to advise the minister, tell him what is required and how it has to be done, so that he could act appropriately It is not the minister's fault. The minister is there to administer. So the engineers are there to advise him. But I don't know what his engineers are doing if their focus is on something else and not doing what is required, or doing what the contractors is capable of doing and not what is required to put on the road. So unless we don't get serious improvement, we're going to be spending a set of money to pave roads all over Trinidad that is meaningless, because you wouldn't have a proper base, a proper sub-base. And then the verges and things, all of that have to fix up so that the verges which is higher than the road, because they get built up with silt and dirt and grass and things, they don't keep the water on the road that damages the asphalt. So that is too much of a lesson for today in one discourse about roads. So let me stop there, because I take too much time.
That's not a problem. Thank you, my friend. So viewers, we're going to the story where RIC should desist from any increase. Now, this is a major thing in Trinidad and Tobago. There's a story I had before, but I will hold back on it. Coming to know money attached fees to gun lobby. But our program is almost finished for tonight, but I just want to get this in. Opposition leader Kamala Prasad Bisasa have stated that it seems as if the RIC was building a case in the consultation of increasing electricity rate and urged the RIC to desist from any such increase for at least 1 year until it gets proper data instead of using data from years before. Listen to Kamala.
There's a joint survey of living conditions and household budget being done that's supposed to end in 2024, which is next year. In my respectful view, the RIC must cease and desist from any rate hikes until, or they must first receive the result of the joint survey next year. Don't run ahead on old data, 9 years and 14 years old. Hasten slowly, I say. You're really interfering with the quality of life of the citizens of this land. You don't have long to wait again. Do not rely on 14-year-old data and 9-year-old data. The RIC must not impose electricity rate increases on citizens at this time. They must stop. They must await that and give them how hard it is right now. This is not the time for those rate increases.
Now, viewers, she also fully endorsed Shoguna's East MP Vandana Mohit views that persons in TNT are suffering because of PNM. Listen to this.
Member for Shoguna's East had no facts or figures. I wonder if he has any, the honourable member, if he does have any of those facts and figures. Because if he does, he will see the facts and the figures are totally against his reading and viewing of the population in Trinidad and Tobago. Totally contrary to what the member is saying. Totally contrary to wanting to attack members on this side as painting us in a dark place. And so we are in a dark place. Trinidad and Tobago is in a dark hole. And people are indeed suffering.
So Trinidad and Tobago, that is the views of our former Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Kamala Prasad Bisasa. But as the week unfolds, we're going to discuss about this, because this is going to have a rippling effect in Trinidad and Tobago. So viewers, it's Ramadan time. You know, I always end my program with a Muslim song. It is time for me to say good night, but I wish you a very entertaining night. Until we meet again, good night.
طال الشوق بنا والآن قد آن الأوان أن تسعدنا يا رمضان. ها قد زينا المكان بالنور والألوان ومصلانا والقرآن. يا بشرانا بالهلال بالنور والجمال. أقبل يا شهر الغفران بالبركة بالبركات والإيمان والحب والسلام جئت لتحيينا رمضان. للمغرب روح ونساء نتسابق من يفطر صائم، تهف مسامعنا والقلب ليعانق صوت الأذان. يتجلى وقت الإفطار والحب بأرجاء الدار، نتجمع حول المائدة والأذكار بكل لسان. أهلا أهلا يا رمضان، طال الشوق بنا والآن قد آن الأوان أن تسعدنا يا رمضان. ها قد زينا المكان بالنور والألوان، ومصلانا والقرآن. يا بشرانا بالهلال بالنور والجمال، أقبل يا شهر الغفران. بالبركات والإيمان والحب والسلام جئت لتحيينا رمضان. ومآذن بالنور تلالت، وبضيف الرحمن تعالت، لتعانق بالحب هلالا ويعانقها بالعنان. وصلاة التراويح تروح هما داخلنا وتلوح بحنين دفء وشعور يسمو بنا فوق المكان. أهلا أهلا يا رمضان. طال الشوق بنا والآن